Hey going, so for those who don't know me, my name is Bethany and I'm the owner of Bethany Alice, where I'm in the business of all things creations, not just alterations. So I work one-on-one with women to create unique, one-of-a-kind pieces that are just an extension of their truest selves, fit their body just as they are right now, and only using what's already hanging in their wardrobe. So if you're interested in that, I've got links below. But today what I want to talk about is how to learn to love yourself. Now, it can be a big topic to sort of go over and delve into, and you might be wondering why I want to talk about a topic like this. And the reason is because after working with a lot of women for so long, what we wear on our body is very closely tied to how we feel about our body. And I think there can sometimes be a lot of pressure for the external to make us feel good about the internal. Like I find no matter how many alterations you do, no matter what you put on your body, it won't make you magically love yourself if you don't have that sort of feeling already. It can help, definitely, but I think it is very closely tied. Sometimes I find doing alterations for people and fixing their clothes can sort of be that beginning step into learning to love themselves as they are right now, because you are changing the clothes to fit them as they are right now. But there can still be times when it might still not match in your head, and you might still be expecting clothing to make you look how you feel like you should be looking, based on what society tells women that they should look like to be beautiful, which I think is wrong. So today I want to talk about some things that might help you learn to love, or at least accept yourself just for as you are, because you really shouldn't change yourself in order to then feel like you can now be beautiful, because you are beautiful as you are right now. And it can be all lovey-dovey and a bit woo-woo, but even just a journey to acceptance of this is my body and this is the home that I live in can be really good work as well. And these are some steps that I do when I'm feeling a bit wobbly in myself, and it's certainly not anything new that's out there. And it's definitely a beginning process, and you might find some things that you like and find some things elsewhere that can help you with that as well, but just a bit of inspiration to get you on the process. Number one, I find if you feel like you're just not loving the body that you're living in, is to start small, really small. What are some things that you can do today to start taking care of it? Have you drunk enough water today? Is your body hungry? Do you need to move your body? Just starting off small and noticing those things in your body can help you bring you back into yourself and have that self-awareness to start taking care of this body that allows you to do so much in every day. So starting small. The next thing is to start becoming aware of when those negative self-talks and beliefs start coming in. It can be hard to change them, and if you feel like it is a little bit too hard, then that could be something you should definitely go and speak to your doctor about, and maybe go see a psychologist, because you don't have to live with it, and you shouldn't have to. But before changing it, becoming aware of it is massive, and it creeps in on all of us. Like sometimes I have to catch myself in the mirror, when I'm just starting to judge a few certain things, and go, hang on, just step back, take a beat. And just becoming aware of it can stop that cycle of it happening over and over again. Like, oh God, I look fat in these jeans, or this top doesn't fit. Just step back and go, okay, I'm aware of this. And then just let it go. And you move on to the next thing. Another really big thing as well is, and it probably ties into once you start noticing those negative self-beliefs, is to just give yourself some grace. You are human. It is normal for these self-talks, negative self-talks to pop up. It's okay for you to make mistakes. It's okay to wake up and feel bad in your skin one day. It's all okay. Just giving yourself grace and some space to say this is normal is massive, because it takes a lot of pressure off thinking, I shouldn't be thinking like this, I should be thinking positive, da 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 da, is to just take a beat and go, it's okay. I'm allowed to think these things, and just let the wave pass. A really good thing that I find when I get into this negative self-talk and sort of get a bit down, either about myself or something that's annoying me, is to focus on gratitude. And that might sound a bit woo-woo, but those negative self-beliefs and anxiety sort of can't exist in the same space when you're grateful for what you have. And this gratitude can be towards your own body. There might be elements that you are grateful for, or it can be outside. You know, are you grateful for the food that you get to eat, for your friends, for your family, for maybe you're grateful for your work, or you're grateful for, you know, it's a beautiful day today. It's just these things that can, again, help stop that negative self-talk and just bring you back into the moment and be present and take that edge off any sort of negativity that you're feeling towards yourself or a situation around you. Following on from that, if you're feeling a lot of negative self-things about yourself, and particularly your body, it can be a good thing to just take that focus off it and focus on what are the things you are good at? What are those things that you enjoy? Can you do more of that? It's a great way to break this cycle that you're putting all this pressure on yourself and your body, and again, putting it onto the things that you are really good at. And by doing more of what you love, it creates more love and a really nice space around yourself. And also, I think, helps you focus on you're so much more than your body. Look at all these things that you can do and that you're good at and that you can offer the world. It's really good to focus on that. The next thing is something that I have even been working on and still practicing, is actually taking time to just sit when those negative self-talks and beliefs come up. Because I think often in today's society, we're so quick to push things away, distract ourselves, try and run away from those thoughts when they pop up. But I know for me personally, if I ignore it, it just gets worse, you know, and it might come up in certain other ways. So sometimes I will just take some time to sit with these feelings that come up, with any anxieties that come up, particularly it might come up around your body. And there's a thing going around where I think a lot of psychologists say to feel your feelings. And a lot of people are like, well, how do you do that? Sitting with that thought, start to feel where in your body does that thought sit. For me, oftentimes it's in my stomach or up to my chest. So just feeling that in my body, kind of explaining in my mind how it feels. And it's probably links back to just becoming aware of your self-thoughts. It's just noticing when those negative things come up in you, allowing them time to be, and breathing through them helps as well. And then they move on and you can let them go. That is, I think, is a very powerful thing. Another thing that can help, particularly in relation to your self-image, is to stop comparing yourself to people online. And it's a lot easier said than done because, you know, we're surrounded by imagery everywhere we look, but I think we often forget that what's presented to us online is only a fraction of what actually happens in that person's life. We have no idea the context of what they're presenting to us, their issues that they have going on in their own life. So it's almost not fair to compare yourself to things you see online because you don't know what goes in behind them, you know, especially like, you know, if there's fitness influencers or celebrities that you see and you wish you could look like that, oftentimes you don't see they have a whole team around them doing that. All this money goes into it, sometimes photoshopping and filters, and it's not real. So it's not fair on you to compare yourself to something that doesn't exist. So taking a bit of grace to step back from that, and again, noticing when you're doing it and just know it's not real. It's not fair for me to compare myself to something that's online that I don't know the whole story about. And finally, sort of tying into that as well, if you feel like you are comparing yourself to people, start curating your feed online. Start curating the world of things that you intake, especially in your content. start, I guess, being delusional in a way of what you choose to fill your life with. If there's someone online that just makes you feel a bit bad, then unfollow them. Start following more of the people and things that bring you joy, that excite you, that make you smile. You know, there's nothing wrong with just creating this little bubble. If we are going to be spending so much time online, creating a bubble of a place that's exciting, that's fun, that's calming, that's zen, whatever you feel like you need. It's okay to create those little pockets of little bubbles of a safe space for you to create more of a nicer environment of things that inspire you and make you feel good, and just take out that negative stuff and see what happens. So I hope that helps. I think the journey to loving and accepting yourself is a long one. It's not linear. You have good days, you have bad days, but you know, you deserve, and more importantly, you are worthy of loving yourself and accepting yourself just as you are right now. And I hope that this helped you. I hope this inspired you. Even if you took one of your little things that you want to try, just try it. Even if you tried one of them for 30 days, what happens then? You know, it might help inspire the people around you to do the same. Can you change the language you use on yourself to help inspire the people around you? Are your kids listening to how you talk about yourself? Is your partner listening to you, or your family or your friends listening and taking on how you treat yourself? And then if you started to change it, what do you think they might take on? Might they be inspired to start loving themselves because they've seen you do it? Food for thought. Let me know what you think. As always, if you need help changing your clothes to fit this new loving version of yourself, I would love to help. Links are all down the bio. If you want to follow on my socials, that's all of that there. And I would love to know, what are some things that you have done to help start learning to love yourself? I would love to know. Okay, but until then, you are beautiful just as you are, and you are worthy to be beautiful and to be loved just as you are.